Okay, let's review this. For any of you that think that rock can be cut, this used to be an ancient river where my house is. This is a rock that's been cut by water. You see? Rope or string can't cut through steel. We just can't imagine what it would be like to do that and have 100 men on each side of it pulling. You see, and if they pulled back and forth, and we don't know how long it took, okay? We don't know how much rope they used, but it would cut a straight line. And the rocks are shown to cut a straight line. Now suppose, now we look in my garage and you see my Dio and other cool bike. Suppose you have a rock that was from my Dio over to my rubber mat, all right, and it was 8 feet tall, square. Now you look at the front of Sexy Woman and you notice that some of the stones are offset. Okay, well, the stones are in front and the plane is in front going down. And what we're doing is we've got ropes and everything, and we've got a ramp, and we're going to pull this 8-foot wide rock up on the ramp and put it on the second level right here. Okay? And this is level, and this is level. The reason, because if you had a 50-ton rock, okay, you would not want to put it in place like this. Okay, suppose this is where we want to put it. Okay, down here is the low ground, up here is the high ground. Now we're coming from the back, and you got a ramp, you come up, and you place it right there. You see? You can't do it. It has to be level. Now, it was level when they started, okay? But they had to use their rope saws and cut and cut and cut until it fit into that one. See? Then what they would do on the next one, now remember, this is level right there. They would cut a rock that's very close to that and put it in. But the stonemasons had a hell of a job to do because they just couldn't order one of those big gigantic trucks to, you know, deliver a 100-ton stone. But here we are, okay? Here we are. We're back in 1400. We have this rock, and this rock. And we have to make them square. And we have to use the tools we have at hand. There is nothing else. There's no space aliens. There's no anti-gravity. There's no... Well, Tesla's theory does work, but I'm pretty sure they didn't know how to use that. And it wouldn't have helped them anyway. So here we are, and all we got is a little stone hammer, like this. Real heavy too, it's probably real heavy. And we have a pointed rock pick. That's all we have. And we have rope. We have rope of all sizes, of all diameters, and we don't know how it was wove. Did they have glue? Did they put, if this is granite, did they put granite dust on it? Did they put diorite dust on it? I mean, we just don't know what it's like to use hundreds of horsepower of manpower to do these jobs. No other civilization depended on ropes and used them as much as the Incas. The Incas used them for their quipus, which were, I don't know what they are. I mean, people say they're this and that. Who knows? Who knows what they are? But they used them to record something. That's all I know. They also used ropes to haul the big 50-ton stones, and I'll tell you what, it wasn't like this. So we know that. We know the Spanish had said they came and they were a first world country at that time, and they were really impressed by the Inca ropes. And they also said that the Incas, there's 1,800 of them pulling a big stone. Okay? Now you think, well, they pull a big stone, and I've seen the tourist pictures. It rains most of the time there. If you pull this on mud, you're going to lessen the friction by 80%. But it's still going to be hard. But anyway, all these stones, say this is 20 feet, you're still going to have to cut it straight here. And you're still going to have to cut it at 15 degrees here to place it on that sexy woman fortress. So how would you get a straight line and cut it? And all the lonely stones, all the tired stones, are all cut square. And how did they cut them square? These are things that we have to think about being an anthropologist and critical thinking. So many times I've said, no, they couldn't have done it that way. No, of course, they couldn't. No, no way. Then I catch myself and I say, wait a minute. Don't ever say that. Because they did do all this. They did incline the stones at 15 degrees. They put them in really, really tight, most of them. A lot of them were done by a lot of different masonry teams. If it took 60 years, believe me, they did. So their overseers were of dubious quality as far as how good they wanted them done. Now this fortress we talk about at Section 1, maybe it wasn't a fortress. We don't know. We know it was a big terraced side of a hill. And one thing we also notice is that the Incans never put graffiti on their rocks. They never carved anything. They may have carved a tiny little bit, but that wasn't their thing. They didn't carve images. They didn't carve people or animals or the king like the Mayans or Aztecs did. So how did they do it? And the answer lies right here. You see the base stone? And the bottom right there? If I could see that on the big stones, or even the stones on top, I could figure it out. And I hope the Peruvian government recognizes this and gives me a first-class ticket to go down there for a couple of weeks and take some pictures, and I'll even take my wife or mistress. Well, we'll work it out later. And take some great pictures. But I can't fly business class for 14 hours. I'm too old. So there you have it. I'm very close to finding out how they did it. But I've only got tourist pictures to show me. And a lot of these tourist pictures, they're of the same thing. And there's my car. So thank you very much for listening. I hope I'm right.